Yo, what's good? What's popping? What's shaking? What's going on? Ah, goodness gracious, goodness gracious. Peace, blessings. Live your life, man. Talking to the ladies. Live your life, man. Like it's your body, your money, but be mindful. Be mindful. Yo, have y'all ever typed typed in Brazilian butt lift gone wrong and watch what pops up after that? It's not very pleasant. It's not very pleasant. I say that much. Not even just the pics, but like it's some real horror stories, man. Jeez, I was listening to this woman, beautiful woman, right? She kind of went viral for this, but it's not the only story out there that's like this. This woman who was in a relationship at the time described her experience after having a Brazilian butt lift done, right? Disclaimer: not everybody, not every woman had these experiences. I'm talking about men who dated women with BBLs and women who had them done. But the horror stories would be enough for me. I ain't gonna lie. Like real life consequences for wanting to look good. It get tragic. It get tragic. Some worse than others. Some worse than others. It ends up being a price to pay for that. More than we see. More than we see. Like you got the ones that celebrate them, but then you got folks who be suffering, and they got real life stories of what they be going through. And I found out that other women, really get mad when women tell these stories. I notice when some women speak about them going wrong, other women who haven't had those issues, they really get mad, right? They really do. Because they don't want to hear it. Because if you had the same procedure, obviously you don't want to hear what the next woman went through. It's like they try to stop these other women from speaking their truths, basically. Like the other day, I actually get mad. They be wanting people to shut up. They don't be trying to hear that. But I wouldn't want to hear it neither. If I had one, it's spooky. The stories be told though, man. The stories need to be told because there's plenty of women who want to get one. Matter of fact of the matter is, I don't think I could go through with something like that if I was a woman, but I'm not. The thought of something being put in my body, y'all brave, man. Y'all, they say women at the end of the day be braver, more braver than women. They go through pregnancies, we don't got to deal with them. I don't think I could go through something like that, but I do understand there's two different types of ways to have the procedure done. I'm guessing, right? You got the one that seems to be safer when they transfer the body fat to a different area. I looked it up strictly out of curiosity. So the process go like this: fat gets removed from either abdomen, hips, thighs through liposuction, and then it gets purified and re-injected into the buttocks. I suppose that's the safer way. Because the other way is when they get whatever it be. I done heard it was cement, all types of other things. Anyway, this woman gave a story of her ending up regretting never having it done. Now, she was talking about how at first, when she was contemplating even getting it done, her man was against it. But she insisted. Those are her exact words. She insisted. Matter of fact, her and her sister wanted to have one done. So they went and had it done together, right? Now, right before she had got it done, she said she joined a Facebook group, basically a support group for different women from all walks of life that had it done. Now, all the women in the group was telling her that at first, when getting it done, be mindful, your boyfriend is going to be jealous. They kind of emphasized that. So at a point, her boyfriend would tell her it's a strong smell in the house. You know what I'm saying? And he said, I think it's your BBL. He was telling her this, but this is what he's saying to her. But she thought he was just being jealous, like the women was saying. She was like, oh, here he go being jealous, just like they told me he would. Which I don't understand why a man would be jealous of something like that. We don't want to have nothing like that done. But anyway, they were saying, girl, just ignore him. I told you. The man told her it smells, and she assumed it was cause of envy. Like the complete strangers had told her, they say ignore him, he'll come around. So she was ignoring the smell this man was saying he was smelling, bro. Mind you, her and her sis had it done same time. So at first she said it was healing up fine. Everything was all good. Everything was Gucci. So far, so good. It started leaking. I think she thought it was normal. Because instead of her going to the damn doctor, she just dealt with it. She would ask her sister, how's yours doing? Mine's over here leaking. How is yours doing? Her sister wasn't having that issue. Because of the leak, she was using like gauze and other stuff to stop the leakage, right? She didn't think it was that big of a deal. Maybe she was just scared to death. Maybe she didn't want to get the bad news about it, but she was dealing with the leaks for about a year. I think she said it was. It would leak and then it would stop. So it was off and on for a span of a year. So that's why she continued to deal with it, right? But it wasn't going away. So one day her and her man's was finna get it popping, whatever. And was finna do a little something. He had plans for that ass, right? But he again was like, what is that damn smell? It was worse to the point he ain't even want no sex with her. He ain't even want to lay with her. He ain't even listen. He ain't even want nothing to do with her. It was bad, man. If a man ain't trying to hit and he couldn't take it, then that's how you know it's bad. So at this point, bro had been telling her that thing smelled crazy for months and months. He was trying to tell her, but her listening to the ladies in the group figured they knew what they was talking about. Anytime she would sit down, the room was lit up. She was like, I don't know if y'all wanted me to get up and and she was like, I don't know if y'all wanted me to get up here and say something good about these things. She was saying this to the people who was watching. Like, I know y'all probably wanted me to get up here and get these things praised, but I'm just letting y'all know they're terrible. They stink and all of that. She was uploading these videos on TikTok. And guess what? Because of her story, mad women started reporting her videos to have them taken down and harassing her, calling her all types of names. These women was pissed. Now you stop and you wonder, like, why would these ladies have such an issue with this one girl telling her experience? But you know why. You know why they continuously went after this girl to, I guess, stop her story from spreading. She called them the BBL tribe, bro. The BBL tribe was out to get her, all because she told her story. They didn't appreciate her telling her story because it was making them look bad. That's the only sensible reason. Because face it, nobody who has had any type of procedure wants to hear a traumatic experience like that. Because they would start getting nervous themselves. So they tried to stop her from spreading that story. So I'm guessing that's what they do. Any women that's out here speaking on their negative experiences of BBLs, you got the women who haven't had those experiences going around and trying to stop them from speaking out about it. That sounds wow. That sounds like some desperation right there. You don't want to own up to it. The fact of the matter is, them damn things are dangerous. That's what it is. So her boyfriend ended up leaving her. Ain't that a trip? She wanted to look good, so she got the thing done. And because of everything that happened with it, drove away the same person who was telling her he didn't want her to get it done in the first place. You look fine just like that. But she insisted. There's so many stories out there like this, but that ain't even nothing like what I seen with other ones. Like all you gotta do is type it in. You see worse than what I'm talking about. I'm talking about rotten from the inside out, rotten ass cheeks, bro. I really ain't trying to make a joke of it, but that's exactly what it was. Shit, the BBL tribe might try to get my ass, you know what I'm saying? But All I'm saying is to the women, just deeply consider, ask if it's really worth it. Cause y'all be fine the way y'all are already. You know, a real one always gonna appreciate and praise a natural body. All natural bodies. Stomach, thighs, hips, tiger stripes. Ain't nothing like it. And the damn show ain't nothing that compares to it. It's just a shame that some don't see it that way. Some folks that actually died due to these things. The women that get mad about others speaking about them, you know, y'all can't even get mad at people for telling their truth. I get it's scary to hear, but how does that sound? Instead of you just owning up and facing the fact that you had a procedure done that was risky. For somebody else to say their experience, you know, be mad because they didn't sit up there and lie and say, wow, this was a dream come true, happy ending for me. Risking death to feel good, to look good. Essentially, that's what it is. Anyway, real beauty can't be modified or upgraded. Because if you got it, that means you always had it. It never left. So, ladies, don't let that go over your head. Everybody want to be beautiful, but just don't let that go over your head. Nah, man. So I see Donald Trump called out by Obama. You know, matter of fact, not even called out. Obama just spoke on him. Obama was basically saying, and here's the thing, I don't even like politics like that. It's not my thing. It's not my spell. But you see things, you catch things. All you got to do is pay attention to what's going on in the world. It don't matter if you watch the news or not. If you get on the internet, you're not going to miss things. But this kind of like caught my eye specifically, right? So Obama was doing like an interview. And he said that if he had done any of what Trump had did, it would be different. And you ain't even got to work for NASA to understand what he talking about when he say that. He started naming examples like pulling Fox News credentials from the White House press corps, telling law firms that represented parties that felt away or critiqued the policies his administration had initiated that they wouldn't be allowed in the government buildings. If Obama was moving like Trump at the time he was in office, they would never quit until that man was out that damn White House. When there was a time they came at that man over a damn tan suit, they were saying that was enough for him to get impeached right there. A suit. And then you got the most obvious blemish nobody still could look past. Imagine Obama being in the White House serving as president with a felony on his jacket. If that was him, it would be the what term come again? You ain't getting up in here. Hell, it's hard for a nigga to get a job with that on his jacket. You talking about president? But of course, we owe, and folks like to say Obama ain't do nothing for us. And I ain't no exception myself, like I was saying it too at a point. I even said, yeah, I literally had asked somebody one time, I looked at somebody, I'm like, hey, yo, what did he do? Matter of fact, and I was at a point, I'm not gonna lie, but I just say, like, I have a complete different take on it looking back. Like, do we really think that even with two terms back to back, do you really think any actual changes would come from one man? Only Obama was the first. Hell, we don't know, might be the last, hopefully not, but first and possibly last president in that White House. Maybe Obama's main role was just to break down the door for other black men or presidents like him, because it's not just about race. So I'll say men like him. Maybe his role was really just to break down the barrier, kick down the door for other men like him to come after him and basically like pick up where he might have left off. Because it's a sprint, it's not a race. Look how many Caucasian men have like come and went in the White House. Perhaps Obama was the lead, but it could take as many men like him to keep the ball rolling. But it's not even, it's not even about race. I could easily say black men, but you don't have to be black to be somebody of character. Because his character, you know what I mean? His character was what I would call of an actual president. Somebody who you probably would be proud to call your leader, right? Because a president isn't a president also defined by like how he interacts with people, how he interacts with people of the country, like because to me it's all about character. What do people look for in a president? When you compare him to this nigga, this dictator, right? We need more genuine and decent people like him in power. Any role that has any title of authority at all, we just need better people. That's how you make America great again. One step at a time like that. Now, it ain't never going to be perfect. It's never going to be that. Not for this country. But for this country to be great, like they say, we need more people of character like Obama. I think he's a perfect example of that. You could say he didn't do this, do that, whatever the case, But I just give my respect to him for the type of person that he was. We need more people like him, I'll say, in more time. You need way more than 8 years at least. Like, okay, we seen him do little to make change. And that's how a lot of folk gonna continue to look at him. But is it deeper than that? Because Obama also didn't have the money and shady influence old boy had. That could be the case. But this is just my perspective, you know what I'm saying? One thing for sure, like, one thing for sure, he damn sure wasn't trying to take away from the people. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's why I'm getting at that. Yeah, you could say he might not have did this, he might not have did enough or whatever the case, but at least we know he wasn't actually like trying to make it worse than what it was. Seeing how this old golden goose head ass sucker is moving, like I gotta at least tip my hat off to Obama for that much. Like he was a decent freaking human being, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't power hungry. I mean, at least he didn't come off like he was. But this motherfucker, this bastard, man, like he sit up and just, it's like he be thinking, what can I do to shit on these motherfuckers? What can I do to make it harder for these people? These pieces of shit of America. It's like he sits up and thinks about that. And then he wake up, first thing he say is, I got it. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I got something for y'all ass. Watch this. That's like, it seems like that's how he think. Like he's constantly looking for ways to hit people where he knows it's gonna hurt, and then he dubs the fuck shit he does as "Make America Great Again." Nigga, the the man moves like a dictator. He ain't no damn president, bro. It's like his main focus is to attack folks' livelihoods. Like his primary focus, to me, seems like it's to make things more difficult, even though shit is already fucked up. It's already fucked up. The economy already jacked up, fam. We already halfway in the damn soup line and shit. Since the stimulus, like, what has the man done to be of help to, this beautiful country of ours? Which, from what I understand, from what I had heard, from what I'm understanding, he wasn't even the cause for that, which means he was just taking the credit for it. But don't quote me on it. You know what I mean? I advise any and everybody to do their research for confirmation, but I'm just saying, what has he done that's helping America be so great? And don't say immigrants. Don't you dare say it. Newsflash. The real evil is already here, my guy, and has been here. Ain't never went nowhere. He know that. He know that. Talking about MAGA. Some damn make America great. Fuck MAGA, nigga. Make America great again. Bitch, was it ever great? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Again? Matter of fact, what condition do you think is gonna be in when he get through with it? As long as this nigga has anything to do with it, third term. Look, I don't wish harm on a soul on this planet, right? But this fool better pray he even survive this term. Me better hope he even make it through this term. The route that he's going, playing with folks the way you are. When that air situation happened, however long ago, I was like, damn, what was that all about? They tried to get old boy up out of here. You know what I mean? I had a slight, you know, slightness of sympathy. And it had nothing to do with liking the motherfucker. It was just sympathy as a human. You understand? It's like, damn, they really tried to get him up out of here. If anything, compared to how I feel now, looking back at a third term, I would much rather Obama be back. Definitely. If I had my choice, if I had my way. But see, that's why I don't vote, because it's always, like I just, and I think that's bullshit. A lot of people feel like if you don't vote, you can't complain about shit or whatever. I don't think it makes the difference. People don't vote because they know for a fact that their vote ain't gonna make no fucking difference. I hate to say for what it is. It's cliche. It's repetitive to say that shit. If it came down to my vote only making the final decision, oh, I'll vote in a heartbeat. You understand? I don't even talk politics too much because there's never nothing good to talk about. There's never nothing good to say when it comes down to fucking politics. It's just certain things you come across, you pick up on, you see, you look into a little bit, but it's always some bullshit. Like, but I'm just saying, man, I would rather have Obama. If we talking third terms, I would definitely much rather have Obama. At least the man showed he ain't trying to make it any more harder for folk than it already is. At this point, that's a plus. I thought a president, you know, I thought a president was supposed to like try to make it easy for his country. Not easy, but assist, right? Be helpful to the people of the country. You know what I mean? Like lend a hand, make it easier for people. And if not that, damn sure don't make it worse. How you got a president that's making shit worse? That's the type of president folks should want, you know, in somebody like an Obama. I'll say that. Somebody who, if they in the least can't make long-term changes to make it better, then at least don't make it worse. That's all I'm saying. If you can't do anything to make it better, then at least leave it the way you found. Don't make it fucking worse. A president who we at least would be able to say about them, oh, they're not trying to overrule with an iron fist and shit. So folks who think that their boy, that's their boy, that's their man's. You know what I mean? MAGA, let's see, black people will be talking about MAGA and all this shit. Man, y'all niggas were corny as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Wish I might put that bullshit on that cheap ass hat. So y'all be thinking that y'all boy so great. Just give it some thought. Let me kick this to you then, right? The only reason y'all probably feel like he is making America great again is because none of those changes affect you, yours, and the people you know. So y'all could care less. You know, people don't care when, when they're not seeing the effects themselves, and when they're not affected, they could care less. You know, human beings, we have that tendency to be selfish, to not really give a fuck about what other people got going on. That's just what it is. That's America. I mean, the president we got right now, he's an embodiment of that. He don't give a fuck what other people got going on. But if the sucker done, my thing is, if the sucker done clearly showed y'all he doesn't mind making decisions on the fly, if he could, probably did. If he doesn't mind making decisions for kicks and giggles, because that's how it seems. If he's showing he could care less if folk are drastically affected by what he's doing now, what the fuck you think he gonna do if he was ever to get there a third time? The more time you give a nigga like that, the worse it's gonna get. This right here, this is just a taste off the spoon. Giving this motherfucker a third term, that's the whole pot right there. It's ironic when they would mention a possibility for a third term and he would be the motherfucker right there at the front of the line for it. That's so ironic, right? It's only when he makes that one move that affects the ones who voted for him to begin with is when it'll be, what have we done? It'll be too damn late by that time. You know, folk could give a fuck if they not affected. I know plenty who have been, are, like the nigga low-key remind me of a bully. Like he walking around with his chest all out, changing, doing shit almost to like, doing shit that he damn near pleases. Like his demeanor is basically do something. Him and this Elon Musk motherfucker, this weird ass looking nigga, man. Reptilians and shit running around. He weird as shit. Everywhere you look, his goofy ass, his goofy looking ass self popping up, got his hands in everything. Every week you hear that name, Elon Musk. Where the fuck this nigga come from? I thought he was a technology dude or some shit, which maybe he is. I don't know I don't even know his actual like job title, job description or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm not deep into any of this shit. I'm only going off of the shit that I've been seeing lately. I don't even want to know nothing about the nigga. You know what I mean? All I know is he look goofy as hell. And I know that motherfuckers are trying to, get rid of him. I know that much. Now, every week, this nigga name is connected to something going on. Something ain't right with that. Something ain't right with that. And they say we in end times. Yeah. I guess so. But remember to stay loved for who you're not and hated for who you are. Slide accordingly. Appreciate every second, minute, hour, day, week, month, year. You know what I mean? Support the platform. Smack the freak out the like button. Share if you choose. Donations appreciated too. Peace, blessings, Shout out to anybody on the replay. Realest one, man. I'm about to get up off here. Y'all be easy.